So we talked a little bit about how to find openly licensed materials with Google. So now let's talk a little bit about how to make sure that material is actually openly licensed. So, for example, let's first visit Lumen Learning. Now, we can see up here at the top that Lumen Learning says OER services here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's true OER, that it's truly openly licensed. So in order to find that information, normally we'll have to scroll down to the bottom of whatever web page we're on. And sometimes, for example, Lumen has this great little tab here that says Licenses and Attributions. When you click on this, you can see that this article was originally from Boundless World History, who the author was, where the textbook is, and what the license is. So we now know that we can use this information under this license. So that makes it very easy for a site like this. Now, not all sites are like this. Sometimes things are hidden and sometimes things are just in plain sight and you have to know what to look for. So let's go back to history, for example. We talked about how the History Channel was copyrighted. But there's not really anything on this website that says that we can't use it. So let's scroll down to the bottom and see what we see. So we get all the way down to the bottom and we see that it is copyrighted, all rights reserved. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that in every instance we can't use this. What we'll need to do is go to the terms of use. So once you're on the terms of use page, you are looking for information on how they want their site to be used. So you'll have to read through all of this or know what keywords you're going to be looking for. So for example, if I type in distribute, say I wanted to distribute this to my students. It says right here, no content or site may be modified, copied, adapted, transformed, reverse engineered, decompiled, disassembled, reduced to a human readable form, distributed, framed, reproduced, republished, downloaded, scraped, displayed, posted, transmitted, transferred, licensed, or sold in any form. Now basically that means we can't use this information legally without violating the copyright. We can't distribute it to our students. We can't display it to our students. We can't post it to our students. There are ways of linking to this site, linking to this content, but this is a good indication that this is definitely not openly licensed materials. And if we do want to use any of their content, we should really be reaching out and making sure that we have permission to use it. So that's an example of a copyrighted site. There are also other sites where you'll visit, for example, Cato. Let's say we love this article and we really want to use it in our course. But again, let's look around and see what we find. There's nothing over here. Sometimes you'll see copyright information in the sidebar. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and yep, there it is. Sometimes you'll see the logo. Sometimes it'll look like this. Sometimes it'll be the full logo that you're used to seeing. And it'll tell you this work is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license. And again, you can always click on this link and be taken directly to the license. So you don't have to memorize all of them. You just have to be able to understand how to get to this information and how to see what you are allowed to do and what you can't do. So going back to that web page, this work is under a Creative Commons license. Now just because one thing on this web page is under a Creative Commons license doesn't mean that all of the articles on this blog are a part of that. So you want to make sure that for everything that you are modifying or sharing with your students, you want to make sure that everything falls under a Creative Commons license. And if you're ever in doubt, reach out to the creators. There's always a contact us. You can reach out, worst case scenario, you can reach out on their Facebook or their Twitter. But reaching out on the contact us is a great way to establish a good relationship with some of the websites out there and just make sure that you have permission to use it. I find a great practice is that once you have created the message and sent it, when you get a reply back, if they do give you permission, it's a great idea to print that email to a PDF and keep that inside the course, because then no matter where the course travels, it will always have the permission with it, so that then future creators can reach out and ask questions. Or if an article goes away at some point, it's very easy to then contact the licensing and permissions to make sure that there wasn't a reason that that article went away. So I hope this video has helped you to better understand how to vet the materials that you're finding online, and that this will help you to create more OER materials and to adapt things that you find out there. So thank you so much.